Zaziko here, and today I'm bringing you kind of a different video. We're back on Black Ops 1, however. That's the first video that ever went up on my channel, was me playing BO1 with Jake. And today I thought we could talk, since we're a Call of Duty channel, as we get the host migration, we're a Call of Duty channel, and I do like to play competitive Call of Duty, and I like to follow competitive Call of Duty. So even though I don't play, oh, we're back, okay. Even though I don't play a lot of Infinite Warfare, not a huge fan of it, I thought we could talk about Stage 2 of the Global Pro League playoffs, and just my predictions, my thoughts, and starting with the top of the bracket, we have FaZe going up against Envy. Now FaZe, of course, as we all know, losers of the FaZe United trade that had, we saw Clayster leave FaZe and Gunless join as Clay went off to United. And definitely FaZe lost that trade. I know there's been a lot of speculation, it's been a lot of back and forth, but FaZe Clan definitely lost that trade. They lost that strong AR presence that is somewhat needed. And Gunless, even though he is having a great year, I just don't see him, you know, he hasn't been around for a long time. Well, meanwhile, Clay had that winning mentality, and he was always the one driven for the win, I believe, on FaZe. And to match up first, they're going up against Envy, who has, despite winning COD Champs in 2016 on Black Ops 3, has had a very, very rough year on Infinite Warfare. And I was kind of surprised that Envious even made it out of their group, especially with like Optic, Epsilon, and Cloud9. Even though Epsilon and Cloud9, you know, weren't too good to begin with, but they weren't any rollover teams that should just be an expected win. But Envious, they figured some things out, and I still don't think it's enough to beat FaZe though, even though FaZe is weaker with Gunless. So starting off, it's a FaZe win. Moving on now to LG versus Splyce. This is a rematch of Anaheim and Global Pro League Season 1. So they've both beat each other in the grand finals one time. At this point in time, I think LG's a stronger team. You know, they won their group. Splyce fell to E United, who, despite being a good team, I think that's a team that, you know, first weekend with Claysters, a team like Splyce should have been able to beat. They're still the best team in Europe, so it will of course be a good match. I believe on American soil, LG will be able to take that. And then we have E United going up against Enigma 6, and Enigma 6, not gonna lie, they surprised me in their group play. Played better than I thought they would. You know, I think at this point in time, E United, they've had more time to settle in with Clay, build strategy around him, so they're going to, I think they will have a strong weekend, and I think it will definitely be enough to beat E6 in the first round. And then we have Optic Gaming, who are looking unstoppable right now. Scump is back to being the king that he was. He is playing some of the best Call of Duty that I think I've seen him play in a long time, and it's good to see because at the start of Infinite Warfare he wasn't playing really good, and given that Formal is also having a pretty good year, the ERAD / KBAR of Scum complements Formal's strong NV4 presence really well. You have Crimsix, who of course is always going to be, he's a solid player, you know, he's very consistent in his play, and I just blew that kill, but he's very consistent. So I think Optic Gaming, and Karma, he's always solid. I think, you know, he has to bait, and he might not get the most kills, but he definitely plays what he's supposed to on Optic very well. Playing against Fnatic, who came out of that crazy week 1 tie with everyone. I mean, they looked good. They looked better than Fnatic has been playing, but Fnatic, they just don't have enough to compete with Optic, the firepower of OG. So Optic definitely is taking that. And then moving on, You know, FaZe, they made it through, but now they have to go up against LG or Splyce, and I just think, you know, they're not as strong as they were, and that's where they're going to be their demise. They'll make it past the first round, but that's when they're going to get knocked down into the losers bracket. As you know, E United, they'll be going up against Optic more than likely, and I think that will be a really good match. E United and Optic have had history on Infinite Warfare, but I just, you know, I think E United is still probably going to have some settling in to do with Clayster, and even though, like, at their best, they will be able to compete with Optic, they're just not going to be at that point yet. So in a nail biter, Optic will take it, but it will be really close. And then down in the losers bracket, you know, it's anyone's game until like bigger names like FaZe and E United start falling down into it. Splyce will probably already be down there. So Splyce, E United, and FaZe will be fighting it out for their way out, and then either Optic or Luminosity will get knocked down into losers after the winners final. And I think that whoever gets knocked down will win their losers game. It won't be easy, but they know they'll have to win it, and they know they have to compete, and they know that, you know, with how good they're playing, they're going to have to get results that they should be getting. So I think Optic will make it all the way to grand finals. And they also have, you have to keep in mind, they just came off of their week in the GPL, so they have a lot of momentum coming into this. They already know how they're gonna play out. They already, you know, they don't have to go through these they don't have to go through these big like breaks like the other teams do. They're just back there, they're still competing. I don't even think they left Ohio. I'm pretty sure they just stayed in there, so they're going to be well rested. Everyone else has to come in dealing with travel, especially Splyce. Splyce is coming from Europe, Fnatic's coming from Europe, so it's going to be really rough on those teams. But anyways, FaZe, you know, I think they'll make it far. I think they'll be able to take out Splyce, but EU will win that matchup. They'll go up against Luminosity in losers finals and lose. So then it's Optic and Luminosity in grand finals, and that's just, Optic are looking like the Optic that can't be stopped, and they're going on one of those runs. And I don't know if it will continue to COD champs, but right now I have Optic taking stage 2 of the Global Pro League. They've just been playing really well. And I think it's easy to say that with how they've been playing, with how they're looking, there's no stopping them. And sadly, it's just one of those weekends where Optic is going to be at their best, and they're just going to win. It's a friendly. I have an RCXD too. I might call that in, but I mean, what it's really going to be, it's going to be a lot of testing for the new teams, such as FaZe and E United. Those are teams that should be able to play at a very high caliber. I got my RCXD for final kill cam. What we're talking about here. It's going to be an important weekend for them to see how good they're able to play. And they're going to have to really train for Call of Duty championships. I mean, they'll have strong showings at GPL Season 2 and COD Champs, but if either of those two teams, while we're touching on like the Clayless gun, E United is going to have the stronger showing at GPL Season 2 and at COD Champs, but as far as GPL Season 2 goes, it's going to be all Optic Gaming. And I know this is kind of a different video today, but it's just, I really wanted to talk about it. Just kind of, as we're a Call of Duty channel, I want to talk about it. Despite us not playing a lot of Infinite Warfare, still the game that they play competitively. I enjoy playing competitive Call of Duty. I can't wait for World War II to come out and play competitively on there. But that's it for today's video. Remember, OG, they're taking GPL Season 2. I want to see one of those underdog teams, E6 or Fnatic, come in. It's not going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Hola.